Whoops, screwed that up. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Saturday Night Hockey Talk Live. That was welcome to my nightmare, anyway. I just started playing guitar again. How's everybody doing? Hey there, David. Hey there, Gislain. How's everybody this week? Labor Day weekend, having a beer on camera. Hope everyone will join me if you drink. Hey, Habs Life, Lee Max. Welcome in, everybody. When I actually am drinking, not afterward, but I smoke. So I don't know if anybody's a smoker out there. I'm sort of not a big smoker. I used to be a big smoker. I only smoke at bus stops mostly now and when I drink. Hey, MJ. So let's see what's happening this week. Get this a better angle. See, instead of getting the Habs thing backward or whatever, I'm going with that. I'm trying to think what happened. Oh, did anybody watch the, I think it was last night, the Badgers game, the Wisconsin Badgers, Cole Caulfield. Just smoke one for the stream. Cigarettes, no, you can smoke whatever you want. Doesn't bother me. Cole Caulfield last night, beautiful goal he got. First goal of the Wisconsin season. I think that's apropos that Cole Caulfield, scores the first goal on his new team for them for the season. My dog tonight just so wants to get up. You know, I don't know what it is with animals, but when you're doing something important, they always want to be part of it. Trying to think what else happened. Geez, there's something I'm forgetting. I had it at the top of my head before it starts. Camera goes on, I forget everything. Should have written it down. Season's coming up soon, so 2 weeks. Let's see, what are we today? So tomorrow's the 1st. So yeah, I believe camp opens on the 12th. They get their weigh-ins and physicals, and then they actually hit the ice on the 13th, I do believe. Hey, Johnny, how's it going? So we're really coming close to the start of the season. I did my first serious video for the new season just the other day. It was kind of cool. I'll get into more serious stuff once camp opens up. Let's see. First question, Gislain. Imagine if Alex Galchenyuk was still a Canadian at left wing with Kotkaniemi at center, Drouin on the right, with an all third overall line. That's true, eh? Oh, was Drouin? I didn't know. Drouin was I wasn't sure where he was picked. He was third overall. That'd be cool, eh? Although I'll tell you the truth, I'd much rather have Domi here than Galchenyuk. So I'm happy we don't have that happening. What do you guys think Galchenyuk will do in Pittsburgh? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I guess we've had so many years of him hoping that he's going to be good this year. He's going to be great this year. I'll have to see it for me to believe it, that he has a good season in Pittsburgh. I'm not particularly a Pittsburgh fan or that I dislike Pittsburgh, but Habs fan for life says he thinks he'll do better. Yeah, you know, I don't know. You think he'll score 30 goals again? I don't know. Elliot Friedman says we're still on Gardner. Yeah, apparently we're still on Gardner. I don't know. I kind of, I heard, hey, Levi. Last night, Levi was in the room. We were watching Finbin's live cast. Gardner. I heard something about Gardner that, I mean, I thought about it. He's been a lifetime Leaf so far. I know it's not the same today as it used to be, but there's still a big rivalry. I wonder if he really wants to play here in Montreal, and that's the reason why he hasn't signed here. If Montreal's all over him so much, why isn't he signed here? Maybe he doesn't really want to come here. I don't know. I can't figure out why he's not signed anyway. Do I like Gardner with the Habs? I wouldn't complain if they got him for a really good price, but I don't know what, it all depends what term and price. I don't know. I don't really know if we really need him exactly. I shouldn't say that. I mean, yeah, we could always use an improvement if he will be that. I don't know. I hear bad things about him defensively. I haven't seen a lot of him, to be honest with you. So, and he's going to ask too much. Lee Max just makes a good point that he's going to ask too much, I think. And I still think he's waiting to sign with the Leafs if possible, although I don't see how. Although there's talk today now, I don't know if it's from more than Hands Down Hockey. I don't know if some of you guys must watch Hands Down Hockey. He put out a video asking if Marner should be traded. I guess if they trade Marner, they'll be able to sign Gardner, but I don't know. Yeah, Johnny, I don't know if he wants to play for us. I would think if he wanted to play here and Montreal's all over him, he would have signed. No? That's my thinking anyway. Giselle says, don't know, Gardner is iffy at best. I would rather have Morgan Riley. Yeah, wow. Now, if you're saying Morgan Riley, yeah, it's a totally different story. Yeah, I want Morgan Riley on this team for sure. But Gardner, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to make that much of a difference that it's going to be worth paying him a lot, or like we've just been saying, that if he really wants to play here anyway. Levi, he might have to sign a short term if he's going to stay with Toronto. I don't know where they're going to find the money. Hey, Michelle. Seems like Emmy is working on something, according to the head coach. Yeah. Well, I think I was talking about this on a comment with a subscriber. I can't remember who it was. That we all talk about they should go and get this guy and go get that guy. It's not as easy as that for Bergevin. He has to do a lot of work, maybe to sign a guy. And how many guys has he approached that they don't want to deal with Montreal? We don't know all these things, so I don't know. I don't know what he could be doing. I mean, he's made the deal for Pacioretty, right? At the golf tournament, just after the golf tournament. Is that when that happened? So it was just before camp. So that's approaching very soon. So we'll see. I think there's still room for him to actually do something, but I don't know if he's going to do anything. Part of me doesn't want him to, and part of me kind of does. But depending, I'm afraid he'll move somebody I don't want him to move. That's the problem. I've had a bit of a rethink on Drouin, if anyone's interested. I'm on Twitter a lot, so there's a lot of stuff going on Twitter. Most of the people I follow on Twitter are basically Habs-related stuff, most of it. And they make some good points about Drouin that I guess I never really thought of. I kind of thought it was kind of ridiculous that he was going to be needing conditioning to get better, but it's kind of true that if he's not in the right condition to go all out for 45 seconds and literally all out for 45 seconds, if you don't have that conditioning, you're not there. And it might account for his lack of second effort. He doesn't have the wind to have second effort. The fact that he is a young guy, at 24, he's still a young guy, hasn't come into his prime yet. Got all the tools that he needs to have. So my rethinking is this. I'm going to give him another year, another shot. I mean, even if they didn't trade him, I still was feeling the way that I was. I'm still going to be cheering for the guy until I'm fed up, I guess. But I'm rethinking it. I think this might be his year to break out, actually. And he's doing the right thing. He went out. I'll get to your guys' questions in a sec. He asked for help from Dominic Ducharme, the assistant coach, to go over videotape with him of his games to show him what he's doing wrong, and other people like him in the league to show him what he can be doing differently and stuff like that. On his own initiative, that's a good sign. I like that sign. So I'm going to take a rethink on Jonathan Drouin, and I'm going to give him another chance. And look, if he hits and he has a breakout year, it's only good for us, that's for sure. Okay, now I'll get to your guys' questions. And it's not because I'm drinking. I usually do any drinking before the video, for the live stream, but not tonight. Did I watch the Habs TV draft day video? The Habs TV draft day video? No, I didn't. Is that the one with all the blurred stuff? And they're making a lot of fun of it on Twitter. I guess I sort of saw a couple of minute of it, maybe. But if that's the one you're talking about, not really. Claude Julien hinted that more moves are coming. He didn't, or yeah, I guess you can call it a hint. He didn't say it flat out, but they're open to it and they're talking about stuff. Does that mean moves are coming? No, but what I do take from that is that they're still working on things. There are possibility of moves happening because you don't know for sure if they can pull off anything. If it's trades or whatever, you don't know that's going to happen. But it seems that he's definitely active right now. Yeah, Gislain's saying Bergevin's always working on something, and that's his job, and that is true. He's always got to be listening and talking about things with other GMs and agents. But it doesn't mean he should always say yes. It doesn't mean he should always say yes on all trade offers. That's 100%. He shouldn't say yes on everything. When you take a forward third overall, you expect him to be on your first line. I agree with that, but I don't know if that's the case here. As far as will KK be a first line center, I don't know, but I expect him to be a second line center. And the reason I say that is Bergevin admitted that they took a chance. Yes, it paid off, and it was an educated guess, I guess, to take the chance. But to me, that says that KK might not be first line center material, but definitely second line center. But in general, you take a guy third overall, you want him to be one of your top players on your team. One of the, like he says, on the first pairing or the first line, or your starting goaltender. I wonder has there ever been a goalie taken that high? I know Carey Price was fifth. Has there anybody been taken first overall as a goalie? I don't remember. Anybody know? Let me know if you're in the. No. Hey, wait. I want to scroll down, but I don't know if there's any more down there. Marc-Andre Fleury. Was he taken first overall? I don't remember that he was taken first overall, but probably top three, you're saying. Yeah, there's a lot of times, the players are bust. How many first overalls have just not hit? Whenever I think of that, I always think of Alexander Day. Or if I'm wrong on that, he was good, but something happened with him. There was someone in Ottawa drafted first overall was a total bust. I don't know if it was Day. Fleury. Oh yeah, DiPietro. Rick DiPietro was first overall. Okay, I don't remember that Fleury was first overall. Okay, I don't remember that. Michelle was saying that he liked my 15 bold prediction. Hang on, I don't want to yell at my dog. Especially the one about giving the kids a chance to prove themselves. And he says the problem remains there's too many forwards on the roster. But that's what training camp is for, though. You don't want to go into training camp with not enough forwards on the roster, or really you don't want to go with just enough because then there's no competition. So I don't find that to be problematic. Things will shake out in the end. But yeah, I kind of think this year might be a year to develop a few of the key kids that are ready to go. Number 15, Réjean Houle was awesome. Eddie Van Haskell. Hey, how's it going, by the way? That's an overstatement. Not that Houle was a bad player. He was a horrible general manager, but to say he was really awesome, I don't know if he played that role here anyways in Montreal. So it's a bit of an overstatement, but I mean, he wasn't a bad hockey player, that's for sure. And besides, Réjean Houle was drafted and developed by Montreal. So he was a damn good hockey player overall. Johnny, once training camp is over, teams can't go over the cap by 10%. That's when MB will make his move. Yeah, well, that's it. During camp, don't forget. I would have to imagine that there's still some evaluation on some of these teams about who we're going to get rid of to make cap room for when the season starts. So, yeah, I could see things happening right up until, I don't want to say when games start because they start pretty quickly, but before the end of camp. And then even then, early into the season, I could see things happening. So you don't know. It's going to be a weird season that way. Islanders had Luongo when they drafted DiPietro. That move by Milbury. Now that was dumb. I mean, look at Luongo's career. Look at DiPietro's career. Guy was injured. He was injured all the time, and then permanently. Yeah, that was Milbury could make some. I think Milbury did. He made moves to make moves. I don't know if he thought them out too well. Did I drink ranch? No, because I didn't. I got like 7 new subscribers since last Saturday. It didn't work. Evan, I put it off till next Saturday. Still don't think it's going to happen, but I'm ready to. That's Frank the Tank. Hey, Frank the Tank. That is a funny thing you just put up there, and I'm going to tell you why, because it's not going to be apparent. Frank wrote, apparently the only other goalie drafted first overall was Michel Plasse. And the reason that that's funny is because when I was a kid, I had a goalie stick from Montreal Canadiens that was practice played, and it was a Michel Plasse stick. And of course, I, like the idiot kid that I was, I played with it outside in nets, and obviously don't have that stick today. So yeah, I was going to put that in a video. Well, that actually is going to come out in a video. I'm going to have it in a video. Yeah, that's funny. 2003 for Fleury. Okay. Eddie Van Haskell, Bunny Larocque. Bunny Larocque I'm not going to say a great goalie, but he was a good goalie. Don't forget, when he backed up Dryden, those were damn good hockey teams. But Larocque was a good goalie. I don't think he handled the pressure very well. If I remember, the reason, well, he's dead now. I don't want to talk bad about someone who's passed away, but he had a lot of trouble with his nerves, from what I remember. He had a lot of trouble before games. I'm thinking it's Bunny Larocque. You old guys out there like me, let me see. Do you guys remember that? Yeah, Dryden's relief. He didn't need a lot of relief back in those days. That's for sure. I'd like to know, I have never checked this out. The year they lost only 8 games. They went 68-12. I wonder how many of those games Dryden lost. And then again, it wouldn't surprise me if they said all of them, but it wouldn't be all of them. He didn't play all the games. Yeah. It happens a lot, actually, on teams that guys come in and they change their jersey. Gallagher, and you know what? For the life of me, can't remember what Gallagher's number was, but was it Gomez that asked for the 11? Someone came in and asked for 11. Didn't Gallagher change from 21 or something like that to 11? Did I get it right, 21? Or did I totally get it wrong and he never changed his number? I don't remember. Hang on a second. Raven, come on inside. Raven. She barks at anything that any animal. She's an animal out there. She barks at it. What beer am I drinking? Don't know. I want to say that on air. Just you never know. You know what? I'll give you a frontward look. I covered it up, but I think it's obvious what I'm drinking without showing the name. So I like American beers. I'm not big on strong beers. I don't like the taste. Yeah. And I don't drink a lot. Although I tend to be drinking, I don't know, I guess for the nerves sometimes on Saturdays. But 1 or 2 beers and I'm kind of not pissed drunk or anything, but I'm tipsy. As a matter of fact, I don't know if I'm red or anything, but I usually get flushed. I didn't feel it today. Come on, guys, I need some questions. I know I'm getting a little tipsy, but I don't know if I can, maybe I'll sing and dance and entertain you, but I don't know if that would, there's 23 people here. I think it would get down to 0 pretty quick if I did that. I don't like Molson products in general. I don't know if there's a Molson beer that I've tried that I like. It has an aftertaste that I don't like. So it's just, personal taste. Eddie, did I play hockey? What was that at the end? DT. Detail? I don't know what that means. Do I play hockey? Hey, you got to tell me what that DTILL means. I played old timers hockey for a few seasons way back. I still got my skates and stuff. You know, I don't live near an indoor rink, so going skating is not as easy. But and here, Canadian winters we're known for our harsh winters, but there's always some meltdowns. You know, it melts, we get rain, whatever, and the rinks are never consistent, and they're usually pretty crappy outdoors now. So I haven't really been skating much, but I'd love to. So I don't know what that did. Oh, still, do I play hockey still? I would just say, if I could, I would. Um, but you know, right now I can't afford to join an old timers league, and besides, I still need I don't have all my old equipment. I still have my gauntlets, my skates, my helmet. But I mean, I need the socks and the shin pads, the jock. My jock is I don't even know where I went anymore. Let's see what else. I need a shoulder pads. These have really nice shoulder pads. Um, Probably get some elbow pads. The neck thing now, you got to wear, if you want to play indoors, you got to wear that thing around your neck ever since Clinton Malarchuk. I believe it's since Clinton Malarchuk. Or somebody got, maybe it's the Richard Zednick one. Yeah, Richard, though, I was just saying it the other day in the video. I think it's from him that all the skaters now wear that black thing, except in the NHL. But if you're playing old timers hockey, you can't get on the ice without cage, number one, which I don't have a cage for my helmet anymore. And you can't, that thing, so the skate can't cut you on the neck. I don't even know what they call that. Neck protector, I guess. Let me see. I missed some here. If Tatar, Denogali, and Domi KK Drua are your first two lines, who do you think will form the third? Well, Paling, centering. I did this in a video, you guys. Now I'm trying to remember. That's not fair. Yeah, here comes the dog. Come on. See, the dog she wants to make it into a video. She has to be in the video, of course. Yes, I'm on camera now, sweetie. Let me see now. Who's left? Byron. Or I'll tell you, if you got it that way, I guess Lehkonen and Armia with Paling in the center. And you know, you might switch Byron in there here and there. But Byron, like we say, the Swiss Army knives, he can go anywhere, and he does fine on a fourth line. So yeah, I guess Lehkonen, Paling, and Armia. Who would you have if not those guys? Where am I? Did I see the tweet about the possibility of the? Yeah, I don't think that person was serious, Johnny. Domi, straight up for wasn't it Domi and Juleson for Line? And no, I wouldn't do it. Not just because look, I guess Line's got more of an upside in that he might give you more points and more goals, but there's something that Domi brings that I don't know if Line could ever bring, and that's his excitement and his. Okay, you got to go down now, Ray. I can't do this. And he's just a fan favorite. I don't know if Line. I mean, he scored a lot of goals, maybe, but I don't know. And you know, with his letdown last year, I'd want to see him in camera. I don't want to sign him to a big contract. What if he's only that 30 goal scorer? You want to give him 10 million? I don't know. Okay, let me see now. I gotta scroll up just a little bit. What do I make of Claude Julien's ambiguous? It means that they're still working on things. You know, the off season's not done yet, and people make moves in training camp. So it just means I don't think there's anything specifically in the works, but I think they're talking with people still. There's still things happening as far as you know. And I'm sure it's not just Bergevin. There must be a lot of teams still talking. I would have a feeling this is probably one of the busiest off seasons as far as them talking to each other back and forth without deals happening. I would think, you know. Bunny LaRock, 6th overall. Where's my dog crying from? My dog, I think she's in heat. She likes to hump the male cat. Figure that one out. It's supposed to be about dominance. Larocque was 6th overall in 72. Yeah, he was a high pick. He was. Raven, can you stop, please? Can you stop? Thank you. Gallagher wore, was it 73? Why did I think it was 21? Gallagher wore 73. He had to give it back to, that's why he took the 11. So who was it that asked for 11? I guess it was Gomez when he got here, right? He asked for the 11. Yeah, it must have been Gomez. He wasn't worth having that 11. Mike McCarron still in New York. Yes, he is. Mike McCarron is, but I don't expect to see him anywhere other than Laval. For the jersey gallery, yeah, Gomez was 11 from 91. That's right. Alan McShane, I don't know a lot about Alan McShane, but I've seen his numbers. Got good numbers. But honestly, I don't know much about him. I'll have to tell you. I'll be honest. I don't want to talk about someone I don't know. Just know I've seen his numbers. He's a center, I believe, and he's got some good numbers. And I'm not sure when they drafted him either, but he's got to be close to seeing a look. We'll see in camp, I guess. Lee Mack says, I think Armia is going to have a big year. Yes, I do think he's going to have a breakout year. Hey, David, thanks for coming back in. Domi does it all. He is the team spark plug. That's Domi and Gallagher. Gallagher is the heart and soul. Domi is the spark plug. That's a good way to put it. Third line, Lehkonen, Suzuki, Paling. Yeah, not bad. But then what are you doing with Armia? I don't think Armia plays fourth line. So I don't know. Maybe they got to trade him. I don't know. What? Where's Peanut? Did you knock him off the balcony or something? Is that why you're crying? Go away. She's going crazy. She doesn't usually bug me this much. The cat I'm talking about, he's handicapped. He's missing a piece of his brain. His motor control, motor skills are no good. So he wobbles around. But I've never babied him, and he's on the balcony. He's been on the balcony for 2 years now without a problem. But of course, because he's my cat, I think about that stuff. What do I think is going to happen with all the big RFAs still out there? No idea. I don't know what's from what I can tell, the holdup is term. It seems like the young kids are switching from being willing to sign for 7 or 8 years, and they want 5 years, 6 at the most. So I think that's the holdup. So I guess once the first one signs, the rest will fall in line. Hang on, I'm not reading this right. Okay, you said that to someone else? David says he drinks beer and doesn't smoke, and I want to thank David for that because he reminded me that I'm drinking and I feel like a cigarette. So thanks, David. My lungs appreciate it. I'm just joking, David. Don't feel bad. Trade Armia back to Winnipeg. I heard something actually about that. I don't know. Remember who they were talking about dealing him back there for? But I don't know. Do you think maybe we were talking about this actually last week? It seems to make me think of that. Hang on a second. I guess it's a possibility. I don't want to see Armia traded, though. I like him. He brings a lot to this team. I like his size. We don't have a lot of big guys. So when we do have big guys, we do have to hold on to them if we can. And Winnipeg's not trading away any more defensemen, so that's out. But, I mean, Ehlers, although then you're adding on that rest of the $4 million that we got. But, maybe they'll trade for Nick Ehlers. He'd do well here. But see, I don't know. I don't know if I want to have somebody brought in to fill that second. I'd like to see youth movement take place. I get them some time and see what they're going to do. As long as they beat the Bruins all year, that's always the hope. No problem, David. I know you're joking. No, don't worry. I don't smoke very much. I'm drinking, and I don't drink a lot, but I'm drinking, and I smoke when I drink, and at bus stops. That's all. I don't smoke anymore other than that. Johnny, they're talking about offer sheets and stuff. I don't know. I don't think Montreal is going to make another offer sheet. I don't know if there's going to be one. There's still so much talk on Twitter about offer sheets. I don't know. Do I like the Tragically Hip? Yep, sure as hell do. One of my right now definitely my favorite Canadian band. One of my all-time favorite Canadian bands. Tragic what happened to Gord Downie, that's for sure. And I guess that probably you guys are asking me because I'm smoking. Was he a smoker? I don't know if he was a smoker, but think of for him, he was in how many smoke-filled rooms playing music all night, all the arenas. They all, you know, they've all been around a ton of smoke. Okay, guys, I need some questions here. It's quiet. Questions. There's 27 of you in here. Come on, guys. How about some? I know there's a lot of guys that I imagine you watch and you don't say anything, but come on, let's get some questions. I'm drinking. I'm being bold now. Do I think Armia will be dark horse of the team? Potentially. I think there's a few guys this year that last year we had how many that were had career years of in one category or not, if not all three of the offensive categories. I think this year there's 3-4 guys that are going to do the same thing and have career years. And there's even a couple more that we might have another year like that where we got a bunch of guys having career years, and that's what good teams. That's what happens with good teams. Will the Bell Center sell weed beer when it's legal? I can tell you this. I know my edibles and stuff. Doesn't work with drinks. It doesn't work with from everything I've heard about any weed drinks. They are. And I know the reason why. What player from any team would I want on the Habs? That's a good question. Honestly, maybe he's only 32. Sidney Crosby. One, he is still, if not the best player in the NHL. He's not. I mean, Connor McDavid's better. He would really love playing here. The fans would treat him, but he would. It's a dream of his. So he would love to be here, and I would love to see Sidney Crosby. It's not a cop-out answer either. That's a legit answer. Eddie asks, "What type of music do I listen to? Classic rock, pretty much. Classic rock, folk, some folk of the era, but you can put that in with the classic rock. It's all the same these days." With the draft being so deep next year, do you see the Habs stacking up on prospects again next draft? They're trying to. I heard Timmins that in the aftermath of this last draft, he was saying that the next draft is in Montreal and they're going to be trying to stockpile draft picks. So yes. Do I like the band? I sure do. Good Canadian band. Wheel will be dark horse. Wheel's one of my who do I have? I had Wheel, Lehkonen, Armia, and I believe Mete as my 4 breakouts this year. Would I trade Domi and Armia for Laine? I would not. I can understand Armia. No, you don't get rid of Domi because Domi brings more than just what he brings on the ice. He brings a lot more that I don't think Laine is going to bring that in at all. Will I miss Nick Kyprios on Sportsnet? No, I won't. Only in this way. It's not. I've never really watched Kyprios much, and I get TSN. I don't get Sportsnet. So, and quite frankly, I always like the TSN announcers better. So no, it's sad what they've done though. I'm sad to see that he's gone, but I mean, I didn't watch Sportsnet, so. It won't affect me, but it's sad that all the guys they've let look. They're losing money with the big contract. It's a lot to do with that big contract that they have for the NHL, and they have to cut back. Eddie Van Haskell just put Marner up there, and I don't know why he did that. So did I miss something? No, I'm not sure why you put Marner up there. McDavid. Oh, best in the league. I would have to. I guess I would have to say it's McDavid. You know, I would have to think it's McDavid. I can't think of anybody I would say is better than him right now. But I imagine it's subjective. You know, just the way I think that Bobby Orr was the best hockey player ever. It's subjective. That's who I think. Anybody else could come up with almost any name and not really wrong. I mean, there's really only a few options that are real, but yeah. With the start of the season around the corner, what are you most excited about? The season. Be excited if my dog would stop barking. Ray, if you guys would give me just a sec, I'm going to just get her in and close the door. Hope nobody will mind. Just be a sec. Raven, inside now. Come on. Let's go. Inside. Come on. Come on. Raven. Let's go. No more barking. See, you got to see the nice Montreal Canadiens sign. Sorry for that little delay. What was I saying? Yeah, just the season starting. I really want to see how. I want to see who makes the team. I want to see KK how much better he is this year. So I'm excited to see how the boys look. The Habs have like 10 picks. Yeah, they have 10. They got a lot of draft picks next year, Levi. They're stockpiling. They're going to get as many as they can. I think Armia is asked for. And any times you don't think. Yeah, I want to see him have a great year. I haven't heard anything like anybody's asking for him or anything like that, but I just saw someone mentioning a trade with Winnipeg and with Montreal and Winnipeg, and they mentioned Armia going back there. That's why I mentioned that. I think Domi will score 35 this year. Domi. Yeah, I don't think 35. And Drew and Mete will also have breakout seasons. I'd be very happily surprised, but I don't know if Domi has 35 goals in him. I'd like to see 30. I can see him getting like a little less than that, but 35. I guess it's not inconceivable, right? If he can get 32, he can get 35, I guess, right? So yeah, I'd like to see that too. Mete will score. I kind of think he'll get 5+ goals, somewhere around 5 to 8. Bring back any past Hab in their prime. Who? For me, very simple. I don't even have to think about that. Guy Lafleur. For me personally now, we're talking personally or what's best for the team? Oh, how could Lafleur be bad? Guy Lafleur, without doubt, my favorite Hab of all time. Those bands I don't know, David. I really don't. Rematch. Kucherov, 130 points this year. Oof. I guess it wouldn't shock me, but I don't think so. I called him 115 points. Will Caulfield score an average 1 goal a game with Wisconsin? Yeah, I was asked on the podcast. They asked that question of me. I don't know if they asked of the other guy too, but I said, yeah, they asked us. We all answered that. I said I would like to. I'd be disappointed with less than that. Not disappointed, but I guess mildly disappointed with less. I kind of think he might even get more than a goal a game. Hey, look, he led off the first game with a goal. I like that. So we'll see. But yeah, I think a goal a game is a good starting point. Uh, Gregory says Montreal has 12 picks next season. Oh, there you go. Even the more the merrier. James Hunter, Mete score this year? Yeah, I think he will get probably about 5 goals, maybe a couple more. When will Caulfield be done playing in Wisconsin? I've seen a couple of things people talking about. They think that he'll do like Paling. He'll finish the season there and then um, sign and maybe get into a game here in Montreal right at the end. And I think that he'll do. I think his first year. I guess after that, it's up in the air. I don't know. I kind of think he might do 2 years in Wisconsin, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him in camp next year. I like the is it Tocchet that's his coach? What he said about him. I don't know if anybody saw that quote where he said that he already thinks the game like an NHLer. So he's already thinking the game like an NHLer. That bodes well for him probably being able to make the team next season. Not this one, obviously. He's not in camp. Levi agrees with me that he'll do one anyway. Um, what's the criteria for retiring a player jersey? I don't know. I did a video trying to get them to retire Toe Blake's jersey. I don't know. You have to be retired. No, I don't know if they have any criteria really. It's not like Hall of Fame nomination and stuff like that. That's different. I guess every team has their own criteria. I don't know what Montreal's are because they haven't raised Toe Blake's. So, anybody interested in that? I did a video. Check my library. Toe Blake. I did a video trying to get them to retire his number. Raise his number to his jersey. Okay, wait. What was my career before YouTube? I was in, I guess you could say transport, mostly in courier work. I drove a lot for some of the big companies. I did some dispatching. I had a couple of small courier companies locally here. Yeah, in transport. No hat trick for Mete this year. It would be as wild to see as Paling for. Imagine when Mete gets his first goal, then he pops 2 more right away. Same game, that would be something else. Hockey News is saying 2021-22 for Caulfield. I mean that's what I'm saying. I think that he might go that long, but I wouldn't be surprised if he shows up next year. But I think that's realistically right. And think of it, he's a small guy. A couple of years training, working out in their gym in college, doing good when he hits the NHL. Oh, excuse me. Strange question. Can the bottom running boards be light blue instead of yellow? What are we talking about? Which running boards? Now you got me confused. Strange question. Are you talking about at the Bell Center? Man, I haven't been to the Bell Center in a long time. I don't know. What was the last thing I saw there besides the game? I know I saw a concert. I just don't know what it was. Do I think Suzuki makes the team this year? Yes. I just don't know what part of the year he makes the team. I think it's conceivable that he can make it from training camp. And then if he doesn't, he'll be one of the first call-ups, if not the first call-up when there's an injury, if it's not a defenseman that's injured. Suzuki, well, hopefully there's no injuries. Knock wood. That's my head is made of wood. Suzuki will mostly play in Laval and maybe a few games in Montreal. I tend to think that's probably how it's going to go. I wouldn't say mostly play, but I think the first half, I called for him in a video to play 40 games here and get 25 points, 10 goals, 15 assists in 40 games. The reason I say 35 for Domi is that his contract is, yeah, it is a contract year for him. It's true. Yeah, it's true. I honestly don't think Domi's that type of player, though. I don't think he's going to go all out for a contract and then, drop off after. I think he's going to play. I think he always plays to his best. He might have the odd night off. There's not too many nights you don't know his Domi. And I just think he plays the same no matter what. That's my guess. Hey, Mike. Nolan Caulfield, 1 year in NCAA. Paling played 3. Okay, Paling, I wasn't sure it was 2 or 3. Had 29 total goals in 3 years. Yeah, first of all, there's not a lot of scoring. And somebody, I think the record I think it might be 48 in the NCAA. I'm not sure. I think Caulfield, it might even, I don't think it's 50, but I think Caulfield's going to maybe set a new record for scoring in the NCAA. Oh, you're saying Paling had 29 goals in 3 years? Yeah. Well, look, maybe Paling won't be in the running for the Calder. He's going to be a damn good hockey player. Oh, well, not the form. That's why. It's not the form. Never will be. My all-time favorite goaltender, Patrick Roy. And it's not a knock on Carey Price. Just Patrick Roy is my era. I saw him do so many great things. Patrick Roy, my all-time favorite. Would I start KK as a second-line center? I wouldn't just start him just like that, say, I'm going to start, depending on how camp goes. But I'm hoping that he actually wins the job in camp. And but remember, that'll push Domi over to the wing, though. You got to remember that. Unless they drop Deneau down into the third line center and they put Domi up on the first line. I think that's the only option if you want to keep Domi as a center and KK's playing second line, is Domi has to be first line center. Deneau goes backward. Which, honestly, for Deneau is probably the right spot for him anyway. Third line. Domi thrives in a big market. Have you seen him in the world? That's where I fell in love with this guy in the world. I had forgotten about him a bit, but that World Juniors, the last one he played, I don't know if he played more than one. My God, was he good? I fell in love with this kid, even though he's Ty Domi's kid, and I was hoping Montreal would draft him, and then they end up getting him. So when they traded for him, I was still hoping Galchenyuk that they wouldn't give up on Galchenyuk just yet. And then they got Domi, and I was like, I remember, it's him that I remember I love so much, but still, and then I turned over right away to Domi. Very happy they traded for Domi. Alan McShane was drafted in the 4th round, and he was 94th in 2018 at the 2018 development camp. He wore 58. Yeah, I didn't watch the 2018 development camp, unfortunately. At the rookie camp, he got number 94, and the 2018 development camp, he was wearing number. I remember. I have to go look at my notes, but there were a few guys I didn't know. The way I watched it, I guess everybody did. It was hard if you didn't really see the name on the back. All you saw was a number. You didn't know who it was. I think I wrote something about 47, and I don't know who it was. So that's McShane. I think if I wrote him down, he looked good. David's all-time favorite goalie is Brodeur. Good goalie, not my all-time favorite. And nothing against Brodeur, just him and Patrick Roy were rivals in that way, and it's not mine. But hey, everyone's allowed to like who they like. Do I think going to the wing will help or hurt Domi's production? Well, I just actually, what was the video? Yesterday's video, the 15 bold predictions. I wrote that Domi will move to the wing. I think I wrote that in that one. And then I also wrote won't hurt his point production. I don't think it'll hurt his point production at all. don't forget, he came up. He was playing the wing his first season, and he got 53 points as a rookie. I think that was good, and that was on the wing. I don't see it, and that was in Arizona. So, yeah, I don't think it's going to hurt his point production. Caulfield will be one and done for Wisconsin then with Habs in April. Yeah, I kind of really think that's what's going to happen, but I think he could choose to stay there for one more year. I can see it go either way. My beer got a little warm, and I'm not into warm beer, and I don't want to walk away from the screen again. I'll save the other beer for next week. Next week we're doing, I guess it's the most people in here at once. Next week we're doing if there's a need for a draw for the hockey pool. So far there's not. There's spots open, so anybody still wants to get into the hockey pool, head over to Twitter, go to @talkinghabs. That's me, Rick. Not doing that. And you got to follow me, because you can't DM me without following me. So you got to follow me, DM me your email address, and I'm going to write that down. If I get more than, I think, what am I at now? I think I'm at 4 in there. So if I get more than 16, I'll do a draw. If I get 16, there's no need. We'll talk about it next week. And if I get less, I'll just take off a couple of teams to even it out, so we won't have extra teams. But yeah, it's still open. So anybody want to get into that, head over there. Let's see, where was I? Hey, Elias Isaacson. Hey, buddy. Thanks for coming in. Elias Isaacson, my very first subscriber. Very important dude over there. Yeah. Hey, Elias, how you doing, buddy? How you doing? I'm glad to see you. Not too bad. Not too bad. He came in at the hour point. I don't know what time it is over where you are. It must be a weird time. I don't know. Maybe it's early in the morning, I guess. Hey, like off to work. Well, what day is it? It must be, 6, 7 in the morning there? I hope there isn't one. So you guys talking about a strike or a lockout or the drop off? Oh, yeah, sorry. No, there is one. Laurie Chasson. I'm interested in the hockey pool. I don't use Twitter. Is there any other way to get in contact? Well, the only other way for that is you got to give me your email address here if you want. 5 a.m. in Finland, and he's watching the live stream. Hey, listen, you guys. This is for Alexander in. Oh God, I'm losing my speak. Use your words, Rick. In Sweden. I don't know if you got Elias. If you're interested in the hockey pool, I'll give you a free in. You don't have to get in the draw. Just let me know, because you're my first subscriber. You get a free in. Not that everybody might get in anyways, but definitely you'd be in if you're interested in it, Elias. If players don't opt out on September 15th, no lockout until at least 2022. Cool, you're in. Okay, so you got to find a way to get me. I need your email address, because the invitation's got to go through an email address. It's not me that sends it; it's the site. So also, you can go on Twitter. Go on Twitter if you don't mind, and do that for me. Oh, okay. You know what to do? Lori just gave me his, and I think if you give me the email address, it won't show it. You did? Okay, so it's not. I won't show them, but I've got them. Cool. Let me write that down before I forget. Okay, hang on now. I got to write. I don't want to. No, it's no problem, Elias. I got your email now. Let me just write this down, guys. Remember, I'm old, so I'm slow. What if I was Donald Trump and I just tell everybody your email addresses now? Okay, one more. Hang on. I told you again, I'm slow. Okay, Lori, I got yours. And Elias, I'm getting your. Oh, that's easy. What's with the Elias? Is that that's a very popular name there. How do you relate that to names here? Like is that like John or like I don't know. What does it mean? Because I notice there's a lot of Eliases, especially in the NHL now. So my curiosity's up on that. Okay, I got both of your Lori, I got to write your name to it. Elias's is easy to figure out. Okay, so you guys are in. Amazing to see how many great NHLers now coming from Finland. Well, I don't know what it is with Finland, but boy, oh boy, are they producing hockey players. Something in that water. What's going on with Puljujarvi? He scored a goal in his first game back there. Oh, is that what he had problems with English? Well, see, that's why Montreal would be a good spot for him, I guess. You know, with the three guys here, they'd help him out. Oh, he got a goal and an assist in his first game. Cool. Hey, Nolan, have a good night, man. Have a good night. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. Not October yet, but it's coming soon. I don't mind holding it off a little bit. I like to enjoy the last bit of summer before it goes away. Gets damn cold here. We're supposed to have a cold winter too. Right. Okay. So it is. It's a Swedish name, Elias. So in Sweden, that's a very popular name. It seems like there must be 4 or 5 hockey players from Sweden that I know of that are Elias. So it's got to definitely be a popular name. Gregory was saying he always liked Ken Dryden. He stole a cup from the Bruins, and he never saw so many angry Bruins fans in his life. I do every time we beat him in the playoffs. Yeah, that was his first year. It was amazing. It was. I want to say, did they beat the Bruins for the cup in that first year for Dryden, or was it Chicago? I was just reading about it. Strangely enough, I was just reading about it and I can't remember. But I think it was Chicago. Uh, just jumped. Uh, Michelle believes Marner would never be a 90 plus points without Tavares. Max 70 with more average line mates. Probably true. But then again, yeah, it's hard to tell though. But you probably have a drop off without Tavares there. I don't know what he was getting. I'm not sure how long he's been around. He played what, 2 or 3 seasons. What did he get before Tavares? Will JP take a trade to Montreal? I don't. I wonder if he would. There's so much talk about it. So excited for NHL 20. Oops, 20. Okay. Yeah, I don't play video games, David. Finland belonged to the Swedish Empire for 200 years, so Swedish names here are pretty common along the south coast. Elias is a common name worldwide, I think. That's true. I do know a bunch of others that aren't Swedish. Yeah, that's true. I'm not really religious, so I don't know about Bible names so much. Montreal met the Bruins in the first round. Right, that's what I thought. Met them in the first round. And Chicago. It's funny thing is, I was just reading that this morning in the Habs book, Dick Irvin's book. I'm up to that's where I'm up to, just the beginning of the 70s. Okay, guys, we need some more questions here. We're only at an hour. We got a half an hour to go. I can't carry it for a half hour. Probably can't carry it for 10 minutes these days. Montreal met the Bruins. Oh, yeah, I read that. Chicago was in 71 and 73. Yeah, 73, that's right. 73. Who was it that got the winning goal? I was just reading that. Was it Cornway? I think JP would. It would be the best place for him because of other Finns. Yeah, I think so too. I think it'd be a good place for him. And the more I know about him, I guess like I said though, if they don't give up too much for him, I'm happy to give him a shot here. That's for sure. I think it would be a good spot for him as far as we're talking about Puljujärvi, by the way, as far as Montreal having the three Finnish players here already. Oilers are, I think, a meat grinder for everybody. You don't hear too much good coming out of the Oiler camp, that's for sure. Although Draisaitl, I mean, he said he's happy and all that or whatever, but I don't know. David thinks I need to listen to the Headstones. I don't know what kind of music that is. Is it not classic rock? What genre is that? Yeah, Johnny, I know he's only 21. He's still young. Yeah. Look, if they can pry him away, maybe he will. I don't know. I haven't really heard what Holland is. No one's put that out there. What he's kind of looking for him. So I kind of don't know. I'm interested to know though what it would take to get Puljujärvi for anybody, not just Montreal. Edmonton Oilers are David's second favorite Canadian team. Well, I can say for sure Toronto's not mine. Probably Vancouver for me. Do I think Matthews is overpaid? Yes. He's been injured a lot, so I don't know. Yeah, I do think so, Elias. On Twitter, they did, was it centers? I think top 15 centers, and somebody put it out and said rank them. And I think I had Matthews at 11 or 12. No, I don't know. I know he can score goals and all that. He can't stay healthy, and he doesn't get a lot of assists, so he's not getting a ton of points. He's not the. I think he's a little overrated and definitely overpaid. It's rock, okay, but it's newer stuff. Hey, it's not classic. I'd check it out. I just I picked up my guitar again for I don't know when. I think it's been a year since I played guitar. My fingers are dead. I strumming a little bit. My fingers are dead already. Johnny's got socks older than Puljujärvi. Pretty much, eh? Pretty much. Trying to think of. I guess I could talk about my upcoming videos that I'm doing. I'm going to try to catch up on some of the series. It's funny. I just put out that video about the forgotten Habs heroes. I thought it would be I like the idea and I was all excited about it. And when it went out, it didn't get the reception I would have thought. And I thought to myself, well, what? And I go, oh yeah, you know what? That's probably a video, but a lot of the young guys aren't going to really be interested in it. And yeah, so I do put out videos for all age groups. So the videos lately, it seems to be for the older guys. I got to get my summer videos out there. I got to finish up my the position ones. My favorite in my lifetime. I think I still have left wing to do. I've got defense to do. I think that's it. I did the center. I did right wing. And I did goalies. Did I do goalies? No, maybe I didn't do goalies. I don't think there's enough goalies to do top 10 from my lifetime. Austin Matthews, overpriced. Do I know of Quinton Byfield? He looks like a top 3 pick next draft. I haven't seen him, but I've heard the name a lot. But I actually haven't seen any highlights of his. But yeah, I've heard that he's going to be a top one. But it's still a little early. And you never know. These guys can drop off. Something happens. Other guys I mean, it's hard to say. It's a little early to talk next year's draft, if you ask me. But I don't know enough about the prospects. So it's like impossible for me to really talk about them. As the end of the year rolls around, you can't help but see everything. And then I look at highlights and I start to discover about these guys. But at this point, the next draft class, I don't know much about. The Glorious Sons. I never heard of those guys, David. Glorious Sons. Or maybe I have. To me, it makes me think of Sons of Anarchy. Great series. I don't know if anybody's watched that. That was a great show. We just might see Bergie pull a deal that nobody sees coming. Most of his deals are like that. Yeah, I think it's too early to say he's not going to. With him, it could happen, like I said, right up until freaking drop of the puck. First game, October 2nd. Hey, Laurie, have a good one. Thanks for coming in. And you're in. Don't have to worry. Oh, no, you're entered. And more than likely, you're in. Who's the man? Okay, just I'm not sure who you're talking about at this point. We're talking about Quinton Byfield. Oh, we're talking about Cole Caulfield. Yeah, he can't. College. If you're in college, you in the NCAA, you can't be in the professional camp. It's something to do with rules, NCAA rules, I believe. I don't think it has to do with amateur status, or maybe that's the reason for the rule. I never thought that way, but there's a rule that you can't do it. We got okay, Elias got an H for what? I'm missing you on that one, buddy. David likes Sons of Anarchy. Great show, eh, David? Johnny, yeah, no, he can't come to camp. And he's already played the first game over there, so you know he's not coming to camp. I don't think he's changing his mind all of a sudden. Brad Lambert. Oh, is that the guy? That he's half Canadian? Yeah, I've heard that. I've been asked about what I know about that kid. I didn't think that was a Finnish name. I didn't think he was from Finland. That's for sure. Have I seen the 8-year-old Sidney Crosby kid playing hockey? Um, is this an 8-year-old Sidney Crosby or an 8-year-old kid who looks like he's going to be as good as Sidney Crosby? Is that what you're saying? I have not seen that. No. The list of players coming to rookie camp. Oh, that's true. It was, and I think I posted on on Twitter. I posted from the list, and I said it looks like if that's he's not coming to camp. He's made up his mind to play the full year in there. David, Bad Blood or True Blood? Because I think there's a series, Bad Blood, about the mafia, the crime families here. Okay, Elias, hey, thanks for coming in. I really appreciate it, and you are definitely in the pool. Just keep watching. I'm going to put out information about when we're going to have to decide on what's good time for everybody. So you got to let me know what's a good time of night that translates to our time here for you. Okay, so think about that and let me know. And have a good night. And thanks again, buddy, for supporting me. You're my main man, #1 subscriber. The RFA signing with respective team. I think so too, and I don't know if they're pulling a Nylander. They're going to be pulling a Nylander. I think it's the. Yeah, well, I guess that's it. What am I saying? Yeah, they don't want the term, and I think the teams are saying no. We want 7 and 8 years, and I think that's the big the problem. But I think once the first one signs, it usually means they all do. Excuse me. Yeah, Finland. Yeah, for a small country, they produce great hockey players. But as you said, I made a good point. Quebec did too. For many years, they still do. Not to the same extent for the whole league, but I mean, my Montreal Canadiens team was loaded with French players. I can't say enough about the Flying Frenchmen of the 70s. David, yes, that, but yeah, good. Kim Coates, yeah, good My dad knew some of the guys they're portraying, but that's a different story I don't want to get into. DB, that's the first time I'm seeing you up here tonight. Hey, DB, would I package Gallagher and something for Line A? Nope. Nope. You can't take, Gallagher, his window's short enough as it is when they're not going to be able to afford him. You don't want to get rid of him before his time. He brings a lot more than the immense amount that he brings on the ice to this team. Can I see Price have a Vezina caliber season? Yep, my bold predictions, I called Price as the Vezina winner or at the very least Vezina finalist. Something has to happen with the unsigned RFA sooner or later. The hot guy's thinking Braden Point. Yeah, I saw that video today, MJ. He's thinking Braden Point might be the most likely as the first guy to fall. But I definitely agree with him on this, is that once the first guy does drop, I think you'll see others go. And then I think they'll all go. I can't imagine the teams really want them to sit out, and I don't think the guys really want to sit out. So something's going to have to break. Yeah, Michelle, I'm going to definitely check that out. I hadn't heard of that this at all. I'm surprised I didn't see that on Twitter. You think that's something that would be perfectly made for Twitter, but no, I did not see that. Boy, I'm losing my voice already, you guys. We're an hour and 12 in, 18 minutes, and my voice gets a rest. I've been talking a lot today too. It's not just here. I try usually on Saturdays not to talk a lot because I've learned that my voice is going to go, but you can tell I'm already going, and yeah, I was talking a bit today. Have I ever been to the Maritimes? Unfortunately, I have not. I would love to go. Yeah, that makes me think of something. Speaking of Maritimes, I see Matt is not giving me, unless he's not talking, is the only reason. I've been on his live stream. I'm only kidding. He can be here if he needs to. On Friday, I don't know if you guys watched the Sin but if you don't, go check him out. His opinion's his opinion. Everyone's allowed their opinion. He's well thought out, and he's funny to watch, and I like watching him. But if you don't watch his Friday podcast or live stream, you're missing something. This guy, him and his friend Jake, I find them hilarious, and it's for adults only. Don't bring your kids to that. But I urge you guys to check out the Sin Bin every Friday at 9 p.m. He does a live podcast style live stream. Funny as hell. We have a lot of fun. They crack me up. I'm laughing out loud a lot of times over that podcast. So I definitely urge you to check that out. And I have to give him shit for not showing up tonight. I won't give him shit. Oh, so I was saying, Friday, we're doing a collaboration. It's going to be Matt from Sinbin, Scotty 2 Hockey, who's not here tonight either. He's probably working or something. He's got a family. Definitely understandable. Scotty 2 Hockey and myself, we're going to all be on screen from all three locations. And we're going to be doing a season preview for the Habs. So I'm going to probably have a link to that somewhere after on my channel. And I'm going to put that video in one of my playlists. Most popular, there's a playlist that I can put videos like that in. I'm going to put that in there. So if you guys want to check it out, but I still urge you, go subscribe over to Sinbin. And if you haven't subscribed to Scotty 2 Hockey, go subscribe over there too, please. And if you haven't subscribed to Scotian Canadian, that's Matt at Scotian Canadian, go check him out and subscribe there too. I'm not going to pat myself on the back to say I'm good, but they're all good. So if you like me, I would think you're going to like them. Okay, what did I miss? Did I ever see Gilbert Perreault play? Not when he was on the Junior Canadiens, no. But did I ever see him play? Plenty. Yes, Perreault was One hell of a hockey player. And from Buffalo, are you in Buffalo, Eddie? Ali says if we make it to the playoffs as a wild card, I don't know if Ali's a girl or a guy, so I'm just going to say Ali says they can see Price stealing a couple of rounds and Montreal going deep. Price definitely has the ability, and I agree with that. I definitely agree he has the ability. All they need to do is get into the playoffs, and I've been saying that just get there. Levi agrees. Sinbin is funny as hell. They were funny last night, eh, Levi? They get funnier every week. I have to say, I've been watching every Friday. It's become our thing to do from 9 to about 10:30. I've been really enjoying them, but like I said, adults only, adults only. But it's a lot of fun. So check it out, guys. Think of it Friday night. Go. Best thing is go subscribe to him, hit the notifications bell, and like me, it sends me the notification. So when I do forget, I put a reminder. Excuse me, I've got the burps from the beer wants to come back up. Let me see. I have to see the pot flowers in New Brunswick and the beaches in PEI. Yeah, I'd love to. I really would love to go out that way. One day. If the channel ever allows me to travel, I'd like to go out there and talk to some. I'd like to go out there and do a collab with Scotty out in Newfoundland, and then go see. I want to see Nova Scotia. Price for Vesna and Conn Smythe. Well, we'll leave the Conn Smythe shake out, but I'd really like to see him get the Vesna first, and then I think if he gets a Vesna, a good chance on the Conn Smythe, though. Do I expect a great year for the Habs next year or return to reality? No, I see it. I won't say a great year, but I see a really good to great year. I think they'll be a little better than last year and with better results. Galactic Underwear. Hey, Galactic. Hey, I've been talking about the sin bin, and he was down on you yesterday. You must have made a comment on one of his videos he didn't like. So, hey, Galactic. How you been? I've been good. Who was you talking? That's Sinbin. That's Sinbin. Yeah, I told him that I think I didn't agree with his take on Kokayemi. That's for sure. But look, he's allowed to have his take. As long as somebody, it's not just rehashed garbage from some hater site or something like that. If it's well thought out and that's his opinion, it's fine. I didn't agree with it. He talked a little. He mentioned you in his. I'll just say that he mentioned you in his stream last night, but it wasn't that bad. Or I would have gone on there and said, "Hey, Galactic, I like the dude." Kokayemi will have a strong season. I can see him getting 50+ points. Yeah, me too. And hopefully in a couple of years, he can be great defensive number one center like Kopitar or Bergeron. That is the plan. I don't know about such a great defensive number one center. I'd like to see him be an offensive powerhouse. Hey, Gregory, have a good night. Thanks for coming in. I really appreciate it. Levi, Nikita Sherbak's contract. Yeah, I saw a good one on. Sherbak got his contract terminated by KHL team, and someone on Twitter wrote, "Well, I guess the Russians are now racist against Russians, or maybe Sherbak just doesn't have it anymore. He lost his game." Did he respond? Yeah, he he threw a little shade at you, Galactic. Just a little. You might want to go. It's at the beginning. Go look for his Friday night live stream. It's right at the beginning. He throws some shade at you. Of course not. But that's the truth for me too. I can say what I want. You don't have to like it either. But you know, don't have to, we also could be civil with each other, and he's civil. he didn't throw any horrible shade. He just thought your name was funny. So with a funny name, you shouldn't have such a stupid opinion. It was something like, I'm paraphrasing, so I don't want to say that's exactly what he said, but he was throwing shade. Michelle, my prediction for 2019-20 Habs, 102 points. I think that's what I threw out there. I did that, I'm going to say about a month ago, a few weeks ago anyway. I think that was mine, 102 points. 100, I think I said 100 to or 102. Nah, Galactic, he's a good guy. We're doing a collab on Friday, so yeah, don't worry about it. He's just having fun. And look, everyone's allowed their opinions, right? Oh boy, look who's back in town. Alex the Book. I gotta tell you, this Alex the Book is really pissing me off. I see him on Hands Down Hockey's stream, and he asks a question. He'll come back, he'll ask another one, but he doesn't do this garbage like he does to me. So I don't know. I guess people like to do that to me. Do I think Montreal should sign Markov for 1 year, $1 million? I don't mind them signing him to retire as a Hab, but then he needs 10. He needs 10 games to get, I think, to get to 1,000. Right? He's at 990. Honestly, $1 million's too much. I'll say this: if they're going to give him a 1 year contract at $1 million, he needs to come to camp on a PTO and earn it. If he does that and he earns that job, I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to support that. I'm not doing anything, right? I'm happy to support that. But he says he wants a contract without a PTO. I'm sorry, man. You missed 2-3 years out of the league. You're not getting on my team without a PTO. Earn your way on. What's that thing that the kids had in development camp? Nothing's given. You have to earn it. I'm paraphrasing again. It was on their shirts. And that's what I feel here. Okay, let's see. Is it all Alex the Book down there? No, okay. Alexis. David's been to Tucson, Arizona. I have not been, but my cousin, who is now living here in Montreal, we share an apartment. She just moved here from, not Tucson, but from Arizona. No on Markov, Johnny says. Hockey Crabs, you showed up late to the party, buddy. 7 minutes to go. How's it going, buddy? Thanks for showing up. How you doing? I'm good. I'm good. Had a beer online here. Yeah, you know what? That's what I need. I don't know why I don't think of it faster. I'm going to smoke a cigarette. That'll take us out. By the time I'm done, the cigarette should be time for the end. The end. I'm not thinking of a song from a musical that everyone would laugh at if they knew it was my favorite musical. Now, I said that, and of course I'm going to get, what's your favorite musical, Rick? Ali, I think the Aho offer sheet might have been tendered in order to set a market to negotiate with Domi and potentially Drouin. I've heard that one before. I know where you're getting that. It might be your own opinion, but I've heard someone talk about that. And, maybe that's the reason why he did it. And it explains why, because we all say he should have offered more, and then maybe they wouldn't have matched. Maybe he knew they'd match. It wouldn't matter, but then he sets a bar for Domi. I've heard that before. I forget where I heard that. Somebody on either a video or on Twitter. And it makes kind of sense. Look, and if that's the case, and maybe that's brilliant. Maybe we can look back and say, fuck, that was brilliant what he did. He got Domi although I'll tell you, I think Domi, well, I guess he might get $8 million, but I don't know if it's $7 or $8 million. And I'm hoping after another year like he had last year, he'll have earned that. Earned, not entitled. That's what they have on the back of their shirts. Earned, not entitled. That's right. And Markov's been out of the league for 3 years. Is it 3 or 2? But he's been out of the league long enough, and at his age, sorry, he needs to earn his way back. He is not entitled to an automatic spot, not at that age. If he was 32, it'd be a different story. If he was 32, say, yeah, come back, but not at his age. I Keep Faith says, no to Markov, too many injuries. Habs rule. Thanks, Habs rule. Appreciate that. And I definitely am trying to keep that hard work up. It is, it's hard work, but I mean, I'm at home. It's not that bad, right? When you look at it that way, right? Michelle, I agree. I don't mind seeing him being here for his 1,000 that game. But at what cost? Not at $1 million contract. So definitely not. Sign him for 10 games. Sign him on a 10-game contract where he doesn't have to play much or whatever. But, what if he's not up to par and he's playing 10 games to get that, and he hurts you in those first 10 games, and then you miss the playoffs by 2 points? I wouldn't want to have to say, well, damn it, we shouldn't have signed Markov. Well, look what happened. Oh, man, this Alexis, look. Can I ban this guy permanently or what? He's making me have to scroll. I was just about to read something. Did I hear about Claude Julien hinting maybe trade coming? Yes. He's hinting. I don't think he's hinting that there's a trade coming. He's hinting that they're still working. They're still looking at options. They're still talking to other teams. I think that's more what he said. But there could be a trade coming. It would definitely not shock me. David, you just said your mom is a cat bleeder. Is that a misprint? A typo? And if not, what does that mean by a cat bleeder? I've never heard that term before. And I don't know if I really want to know. Galactic, heard it, Rick, and I responded this. Don't be mad, goof. My name is a gaming tag. Judging books by the cover, are we? And he'll probably, he might get mad, but I'll calm him down anyway. Or you don't want me to, that's cool. But yeah, that's cool. I like that. And listen, when a goober's acting like a goober, hey, what can you do? No, I don't mean that. I'm not like that, but I'm only mean that about Matt. He's the only guy I would say that to. Frodo. Who is it? No, it's Fredo. Chris Cuomo didn't like that Fredo term. Frodo is Lord of the Rings. Well, okay, Galactic, you're right. You're right. But it was funny, and it is fun. And it's a guy's thing. It's fun in a guy. You know how guys are with each other. It's fun in that way, and I really enjoy I'm enjoying what he's doing. And listen, everyone's got their own way. Everyone's got their own idea for what they want to do online and stuff like that. So I've been watching him for I think 4 weeks now. I'm having a piss fun time every Friday night with these guys. So speaking of the color of piss, that's the kind of fun I'm having. Ali, Bergevin has made brilliant moves, such as claiming Byron and getting Armia for basically nothing. But I still think, and Deneau, don't forget Deneau. We got Deneau for next to nothing. I still think he will not next to nothing. Weiss and Fleischmann, nothing. I still think he will definitely be more cautious with free agents after what happened with Alsner. Yes. Yeah, I think, look, not everyone's an Alsner, that's for sure, but well, I think in general, I think that's what he learned is to be cautious. That's the biggest change in him is he's more cautious not to make a mistake like that, obviously. Yeah, I like the moves Bergie makes. MJ, he might have meant breeder, and I would think, but then the second part of what he said didn't make sense with breeder, so that's why I wasn't sure. So maybe his mom's a cat breeder, and we'll learn something new tonight. I don't know. Galactic, don't you do vids anyway? You're a gaming channel, don't you? You just do gaming vids, but yeah, of course you can. Hey, listen, I leave that to you guys to fight it out. You're both subscribers of mine. I'm not getting in the middle. I want to keep you both. I don't want to make one of you mad at me. But he's a good guy. He's a good guy. You should check out his. Listen, you might not like his videos. His videos are a little different. When they get on the live stream, it's like all on the table. It's a little different, and I just really like it. I like his videos too, but I like his live stream a lot. Joe Gatto. Hey Ray, get ready for that ranch. No, there's a long way to go, buddy. I picked up only 7 subscribers, which is fine. It's a slow time of year still, not till camps open, I don't think. But that's 100. What am I at? 170 to go between now and next Saturday. I extended it for a week, so next Saturday, if I hit it, I'm gonna drink the ranch. If not, I'm not drinking ranch, not just for the sake of drinking ranch. So and if I don't hit it, I'm gonna be just as happy. So no worries. Where am I? Oh God. Oh God, where did I go? How could there have been so many comments underneath all that? Oh, we're at an hour and a half. Okay, we should try to get through these. Okay, you did mean cat breeder. All right. Cat breeder would have been pretty bad, David. Breeder, much better. Michelle, a good trade would be Habs give 2 forwards for 1. A better one, of course. This way, a spot opens up for a kid. I want to see Paling and Suzuki this year and Caulfield next year. Yeah, I agree. I definitely want to see Paling and Suzuki this year. And I'm fine to wait the extra year for Caulfield. I don't want to rush Caulfield. I really don't want to rush this kid. Remember, he's a smaller kid, so I don't want to bring him along too early. I want his body to be ready strength-wise. But if he's ready next year, boy, I want to see him, but I don't want to rush him. Not that I want to rush the other kids, but I think they're ready. That's why. That's right. Levi, he got wheel as well. No, Bergevin's done a great job. That's a good question to you, Michelle. Who would you trade? Johnny's asking you. Joe Big Shot, hey, Rick. I know you might think I'm wrong. Hang on. I got an arrow in front of that. But I think Drew will have a breakout season. And actually, Joe, I was just saying earlier, I think before you showed up, I did a big rethink on Drew. Yeah, I have a feeling. I'm going to put it this way. He's primed for that breakout season. He's doing the right things now in the off season for the first time that he may be serious enough to make that next jump to the next level. If he does that, yeah, I'm all in. So yeah, I've done a bit of a turnaround on Drew. I want to give him one more season to see if what he's doing, done this off season with that new attitude change about learning and getting better, and we'll see if that makes any change. I'm gonna show that Galactic's not just gaming vids. I also make memes, trolls, and shit talk sometimes. I don't think you'll have to with him. Don't worry. But that's your business, not mine. You guys are big boys. You can fight it out. I don't mind. Caulfield might have been the steal of the draft. I believe he has the potential to be the next line A or hopefully Ovechkin. I'd rather see him be Ovechkin. I'm getting a cold, I think, tonight. My nose is all blocked up. Yeah, I'm hoping Caulfield turns out to be the steal of the deal. He definitely got an NHL brain. He's thinking the game. His coach in Wisconsin is saying that he's already thinking. I think it's Rick Tocchet is thinking the game at an NHL level. So Habs will be in the 2020 playoffs. I sure hope so. I'm predicting it. Thanks, David. Yeah, Galactic. He's young. That's the only thing I can say about Drew. He's still young. Maybe this year he's getting it together. We'll see. We're gonna find out soon. I keep faith. Oh, so you bleed the opposite of me. I bleed blue, blanc, rouge. You can bleed rouge, blanc, blue if you want, but I bleed the other way around. Michelle, I would trade Drew and Armia for Line A and a second or third pick. You know what? The thing about, I'll tell you the truth, honestly, at this point, my thinking, with Liney's drop off last year, still a young kid. He's still young. We don't know. He might have hit his peak, and he's not. Druak might be better than Line. He could. He's got tons of talent. If he hits it all the right notes this year, he may be better than Line. So I don't know about that. I think maybe we do need to give Druak that one more year. Joe, do I think they'd have trade for Ehlers? I don't, but it's not out of the question. But I don't think. I think that would have happened already. Connors, no, it's not Connors. Ghislaine, they're not going. They're not getting rid of Connor. I'd love to see Connor here. Eddie bleeds plaid. I like that one. Just him saying that though, Galactic. It's not just him. I think he may be in the right. I think this might be the right year for a turnaround from him. Look, if not, I think by the trade deadline he might go then. Joe, yeah, my prediction video. I said 70 plus points for that's my turnaround. I said it. And listen, on the power play, he led the team in the power play. I think he had 26 points last year. The guy gets power play points, so you know, 70 points is realistic for the guy if he will only give it his all. Michelle, that's a good question. I'll say this: if Drouin gets his 80 points spread out evenly or nicely through the whole season, and Line gets his 50 goals in in big gulps like he did last season with his 3 hat tricks in a week or something like that, I think then Drouin's 80 points through the whole season spread out properly is better. Because don't forget, when a guy is scoring, he's scoring big like that. But if he's scoring really streakily and like hat trick, hat trick, hat trick in short periods of time, how many games is that he's actually contributing? Not a lot. So you got to look at it like that. So yeah, depends on how they come, how those points and goals come. Okay. Um, Joe Mete's getting 82 goals next season. He wishes. Not you, Joe. Mete. Yeah, Johnny, that might be. It might be, but we need to see now. We need to see if he has a season like that, Johnny. I think you might see him gone by the deadline. Okay, guys. So it's after one, and it's after the 90 minutes. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna call it a night. Losing my voice as it is. This was really fun, like always. You guys have been great as always. And next week we're gonna know whether the hockey pool, if I have to draw names or everybody's in, whether I have to drink ranch or not, which I kind of don't think I will, but I'm hoping I will. And what else can I say? Check out Listen. All the links, all my links are going to just be in the description. So go down into the description, check out anything that you want to check out. It's Saturday night. It's free and easy. Okay, so I'm gonna say goodnight, everybody. Thanks for coming in. You guys are the greatest. I've got the greatest. I know everyone says that. I've got them. It doesn't matter. I've got the greatest people here. That's you guys. And thanks. Thanks. I'm still a little tipsy, so sorry for that. But so I'm gonna see you guys on the next video and next Saturday. And hockey season starting soon. So have a good night, everybody. Thanks for coming in. Really do appreciate it. I'm a going now.